Welcome back to another episode of the Girl Boss Method podcast, hosted by myself, Ritu Bra. So today's episode is all about this month and June and working on how to dial in on your goals this month. So we've almost reached halfway mark of 2024. This month is really going to settle in for a lot of us. It's going to be that month where, we're pushing hard towards the end of our goals, or we're instilling new habits and working towards building fitness in, whatever that looks like for you. This is kind of that month where everybody goes hard, right? And ideally, because the summer should have landed by now, but unfortunately in the UK, it has not. It's been quite up and down. And so maybe you've come into June and you're just not feeling quite motivated. What we don't want to happen is, you've been putting all the groundwork in, you've been putting all the positive habits, the rituals, the steps in order to really realize your goals, and you kind of allow motivation to kind of wane, if you like, because the sun's not out and you're not really up to much. Well, I'm sure it's going to be back at some point. So yeah, I think it's just really important for us to talk about this now. So these are my tips in order to dial in on this month and really make it count. So firstly, you need to embrace a positive mindset. Everything starts with your head first. And, although you want those summer body goals, you want to feel confident, and, all those things come from a mindset. Even feeling confident, confidence doesn't just come from looking good, like it can help, but actually thinking yourself into that positive mindset can really help increase your confidence too. So it's not always just about the body, it's about the mindset, or heavily about the mindset. So the first thing that we really need to do when it comes to achieving our goals is believing in ourselves. So you need to visualize your success and embrace that positive mindset. So you need to remind yourself daily why you started this journey and how amazing you're going to feel once you achieve those goals. So we can recite positive affirmations, and they can be incredibly powerful too. You could start your day by saying, I am strong, I am capable, and I can achieve my goals. So that's what I would like you to do here, is just take a few moments to kind of think about your own positive affirmations, things that you can do that can really help remind you about the goal and the journey you're on, why you're doing this, and that can help, again, solidify that positive mindset. Set clear and achievable goals. So first things first, you want to set some SMART goals. And so these should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. You don't want to kind of say, right, in the next 2 weeks, I want to drop 5 kilos. I mean, yes, it's possible, but like, it's not really, in terms of being achievable in that sense. And actually, being specific is great, but if you just kind of say, I just need to lose some weight, well, actually, we haven't really identified, what it is that we want to achieve. And we want to make it measurable. So various ways that we can make it measurable. Again, everything does not need to relate back to the scales. It could literally be, I want to make sure that, right, within this set time frame, so this is the goal that I want. And so you've been specific about that goal, and then you said measurable. It could be that when I put on my jeans, I don't want them to feel tight. I want them to feel comfortable, right? And that that's achievable, and you're going to be relevant as well with that. And then you're going to be time bound. So you're going to say in X amount of time. So for example, you might want to say, I want to lose 4 pounds by the end of June. And the way that we are going to do that is by exercising 3 times a week, hitting 8,000 steps a day, and tracking my calories. So if, for example, that's what you want to achieve in the next less than a month now, just over, about 3.5 weeks, you want to make sure that you're really breaking those targets down, weekly targets, to try and keep you motivated. So for example, making sure that by the end of each week, you have been exercising 3 times. And by the end of each day, you have hit your 8K steps. And you've also been consistent with tracking your calories and not just assuming that because you felt hungry or full or whatever, that's you assume that you had X amount. Actually track them. It really goes a long way. Staying accountable. This is really important. So sometimes we can be quite wishy-washy with saying what our goals are and just going, right, this is what I want to get. But you also need to have some like accountability, right? You need to be able to tell someone and share that journey with someone as well, and sort of have someone remind you. So what we have here inside the Girl Boss Method is regular check-ins every week. So you want to be celebrating your progress. We want to discuss any challenges and adjust the plans if and where needed. So it's all well and good standing on the scales and weighing yourself. That's not the only way to measure success, certainly not. So we need to look at the whole bigger picture. So there are other things that we can do. So if we're thinking about, physical metrics, you've got other things that you can do. You can use body tape. I love body tape. I'm a fan of body tape. And it's not just for your waist and your hips. Like I love using it on, other parts of your bodies. Like I think arms are a really good way to kind of know that, when you are feeling those toned arms, you know that you're really building that muscle and actually you're dropping that body fat, for example. And not only that, and I'm going to remind you again, making sure that you're consistent with your photos as well, your progress pics. So really, ideally, minimum once a month would be really, really good. And I know that you can't see changes week on week, but it's about the bigger picture. So when we are looking at, larger time frames from, 6 months or 12 weeks or whatever it is, we can kind of look from there to there and say, you've been consistent, you've been ticking the boxes, and this is what you've achieved. So it's looking at that measure of success, overall, basically, in a longer time frame or period. And finally, check-in forms. Forms are really, really important. I know they can seem like you're just putting some of the same stuff in every now and then, but I think they're really a really good way of doing self-reflection. Now, I actually do check-ins myself every week, and I do it for me as a person as well. And so even with this program, it's not just about the exercise in the gym and the nutrition, it's about it's you as a person, that whole vibe. So talk to me about what's going on with work, talk to me about your neighbor, talk to me about what's going on with anything, with a family member, with a friend. Like, let me know what's going on in your life as well. So it's not just about, the exercises and that's it. It's looking at your whole life, that whole lifestyle. Everything, we come as a full package, right? So everything is a full package. It's not, you can't separate things. So just remember that. And remember that your journey is about progress and not perfection. And another thing is that in those check-ins, we are going to be celebrating every small step, every small win, every big win, every challenge. We are going to be working through those. And this one, I think, goes a long way sharing your goals with us in the group. Like, we are in this together. We're stronger together. And our Girl Boss Method, our support group, is all about you sharing your experiences, sharing those tips, and giving each other encouragement. We can lean on each other and we can celebrate each other's success, again, without judgment. So you want to overcome those challenges with resilience. Now, I'm sure you can all think back to a time where times were tough, or things happened and you didn't know that you could get through, and you got through them. So it's just like with life, it's practice, and there's always going to be challenges. There'll always be challenges, whatever they are and whatever they look like in that space, in that time, in that moment. And it's about having that resilience to really push and see it through. And there you have it. Life will always have its challenges, but it's how we respond to them that defines our success. When you face obstacles, remind yourself of your resilience. You've overcome challenges before, and you can do it again. Every setback is an opportunity to learn and to grow stronger. And this one, I feel like, does not happen enough, but really visualizing your success, thinking about what it is that you want to achieve, thinking about what it is that you want to achieve, and like actually closing your eyes. And you could do this right now. Close your eyes and think about that goal. Think about what success is, what it means to you, and picture yourself doing that thing. So I love to reference this period in my time, but I think there's been many periods that I've tried to do this, but I did this recently, actually, when I prepped myself for a photo shoot about a month and a half ago now. And I visualized myself getting to that photo shoot and feeling a certain way. And that really, really helped me. I've done it when I've competed in bikini bodybuilding as well. I've kind of said to myself, right, this is what I want to look like. I mean, it was insane to ever think that I would be in that condition. I don't see myself going back there, but I know that at the time it was something I had never experienced again. So if you have never experienced yourself the way that you want, to visualize yourself, I hope I'm making sense, but if you cannot picture where you want to go and what your goal is, and whether that's your like dream body, if you've never been there before, you have to use some imagination. You have to think about what it is that you want to achieve, whether that's like a strength goal in the gym as well, or building as well, that muscle, whether that's having more toned arms, or, a nicer butt as well, like thinking about that. And I just feel like closing your eyes really does help that. And I feel like visualization is definitely something that I'm going to take with me throughout life. And I've done it in the past when times were a lot harder and a lot tougher, times when I was younger, whether that be like in my 20s, for example. I always used to think about a time when things would be better and when I would have certain success. So that's what I want you to think about as well here. So yeah, take a moment each day to visualize your success. Picture yourself achieving your goals, feeling strong, healthy, and confident. Visualization can be a powerful motivator, and it can help keep you focused on your goals. And we need to celebrate your wins. So whether that is big or small, we need to celebrate them, because they're like little building blocks. And nothing, you don't just suddenly go, this massive thing happens and that's the only thing that you can celebrate. You've got to work on those little things as well, those small things. Those are all going to accumulate as well and become a bigger thing, a bigger win as well. So don't forget that. And again, that's one reason why we do the check-ins. We do the check-ins because we look at ways to celebrate those wins. And again, every achievement, no matter how small, is a step towards your ultimate goal. We want to celebrate those victories, whether it's a new workout outfit or a relaxing spa day, or just simply acknowledging your progress. Positive reinforcement is essential for maintaining motivation. So, a little different, maybe, I'm not sure. I am trying to ensure that we kind of keep some of this mindset focus as well, at least once a month. I think it's just so nice to just take a step back and really think about the bigger picture, think about your goals, think about mindset, think about being positive, taking action towards your goals as well. And I really want you to think about that this month. This month is beautiful. It's going to be so warm. With summer is going to land. And I just want you to feel your best self. So when you're going out to socialize with your friends, or if you're going to like festivals or going on holiday or just walking around town, I want you to feel confident and I want you to feel your best self. No one needs to be, wearing things because they don't feel confident in how they are looking. And I'll put it real like that. If everything is about comfort, but if you are trying to hide yourself because you don't feel confident, like, we need to work on that. We need to work on changing your mindset, firstly, because nobody cares about any of that stuff. It's all in your head, and you want to also start to feel a bit more empowered. So we really want to make those workouts count. We want to make sure that our nutrition is on point. We're making those move goals happen. So we're getting those steps up, and we're maintaining that positive outlook as well. I hope you've enjoyed this evening. I have made it through without coughing. Just so you know, I've been suffering a little bit with a sore throat this week. And yeah, pleased to say I did all right today. Anyway, any questions, ladies, please send me a message in the group, ask in the group, DM me if it's private. If you have stumbled across this podcast and you would love to learn a little bit more about the Girl Boss Method and maybe even me, listen to some more episodes as well, but also reach out to me on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Richu Bra. That's RICHUBRAR. And we'll see you here next time. Thank you.